Do you ever wonder why the bad guys just keep coming back for more? The Justice League has faced down the biggest threats in the multiverse, from Darkseid to Starro the Conqueror. They've pushed themselves to the limit, testing their powers and their morals to the extreme. Yet these villains keep escaping or finding ways to return, causing chaos and destruction once more. The answer might surprise you. While the Justice League is undoubtedly the best of the best, there's one crucial factor that keeps their enemies bouncing back: mercy. Today, we're diving into 10 DC villains the Justice League went too easy on, exploring how their unwillingness to go all out has allowed some of the most dangerous beings in the universe to keep wreaking havoc. Before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content. 10. Deathstroke. Deathstroke was dosed with a super soldier serum, giving him superhuman physical attributes and enhancing his mind as well. Deathstroke is also an extremely well-trained soldier, armed with the most powerful weapons. Deathstroke has caused a lot of trouble over the years. Deathstroke is the head of a family of super soldiers, and that family has been the cause of many of his fights against heroes. Slade Wilson started out battling the new Teen Titans because of the death of his son, but as the years have gone on, he's branched out, battling the greatest heroes on Earth. Deathstroke has faced the Justice League several times, and they pretty much always make the same mistakes against him. The best example of this is Identity Crisis number 3, when Dr. Light hired Deathstroke to protect him. The Justice League team that went after Light, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Elongated Man, Zatanna, Kyle Rayner, Hawkman, The Atom, and Wally West, went at Deathstroke piecemeal and he took them apart. They were able to beat him by all attacking at once, but later battles against him would again see the Justice League going after him in the same way, as if Deathstroke isn't that big of a deal. Deathstroke is smart enough to make plans against every individual member of the team. Anytime the Justice League sees him, they should jump him as a team instead of letting him take them apart one at a time. 9. The Key. The Key is a genius scientist who uses advanced weapons and psychotropic drugs to unleash the power of his mind, often dosing the Justice League with the same drugs to feed off their mental energy. The Key has been battling the Justice League for ages, but there's no reason he gets as far against them as he does. The Key's plans are pretty much always the same: capture the League, put them into dream worlds that allow him to feed off their energies, and then use that energy to unlock the power of his mind. The Justice League knows this about the Key, and yet he gets them with the same plan every time. The Key has some powerful weapons and can access powerful mental abilities, but he's still physically a normal human. There's no reason that the Justice League should fall for his attacks every time, even given the fact that he usually has the element of surprise. The Justice League has access to people like Batman, who has figured out multiple antidotes for all kinds of mind-controlling toxins. The fact that the team can't come up with some way to inoculate themselves against the drugs the Key uses feels far-fetched. 8. T.O. Morrow. Morrow is one of the world's foremost roboticists, creating powerful artificial life forms like Red Tornado. Morrow is an evil super scientist who is an expert in robotics. T.O. Morrow's greatest creation is Red Tornado, a robot made to destroy the Justice League. Red Tornado is considered a success by Morrow, not because he destroyed the League, but because he ended up joining them, breaking through his programming. This shows just how human Morrow can make his robots, and proves why Morrow is the best. Morrow has continually tried to destroy the Justice League, using the same plan every time, throwing a powerful robot at the team. That's not exactly the hardest thing to beat in the world, and yet the League has often found themselves on the back foot against Morrow. Morrow is brilliant and arrogant, two attributes that actively work against each other. Even with his powerful robots, there's no reason a team that contains heroes like Superman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, and the rest would have a problem with Morrow. The rest of the team could fight his robots, while someone like Superman or Martian Manhunter uses their powers to track him down and take him out. 7. Superboy-Prime. Superboy-Prime is a pre-crisis Kryptonian, giving him vast superhuman strength, invulnerability, super speed, flight, super senses, heat vision, freeze breath, and all of Superman's powers, except at a much higher level. Superboy-Prime proved to be one of the most dangerous enemies the Justice League and the heroes of the Earth ever faced. Superboy-Prime was deceptively powerful, his Kryptonian powers greater than Superman or Supergirl's. Superboy-Prime was nearly impossible to beat in a fight, so in the first two battles against him, the heroes had to think outside the box. The first time they beat him, the Flashes tried to trap him in the Speed Force, but he was able to escape. The next time they beat him, they brought him to Krypton's star system, so the red sunlight would take away his powers. After defeating him, he was put in the Science Cells maintained by the Green Lantern Corps. Superboy-Prime was broken free by the Sinestro Corps, but that didn't have to happen. Superman could have thrown him in the Phantom Zone, which would have been a much safer place for him. Breakouts from the Phantom Zone happen, of course, but it's a much harder place to get out of. Superboy-Prime was a drastic threat, and they treated him with kid gloves. 6. Dr. Light. Arthur Light was a scientist who created weapons based on light energy and eventually was able to internalize that power, gaining the ability to control light. Identity Crisis was a major milestone in Justice League history. It revealed the Justice League mind wipes, starting with the one done to Dr. Light. Light broke into the Justice League satellite and assaulted Sue Dibney. The Justice League got there too late, but still knocked him out. After Batman left, the team mind-wiped him. Batman returned in the middle of that, and they mind-wiped him as well. On the one hand, mind-wiping Dr. Light seems like a pretty hardcore punishment, but what Light did was reprehensible on another level. The mind wipe merely took away his memories and made him something of a buffoon, but they should have gone way further than that. The League was already okay with messing with his mind a little, but they should have gone all the way. Zatanna could have left him a drooling mess, and an argument could be made that she should have. Dr. Light did something there should be no mercy for, and he should have been treated that way. The fact that Hawkman or Elongated Man didn't kill him during the team's fight with him shows their incredible restraint. 5. Prometheus. Prometheus trained himself to the height of human perfection, and his helmet had a system that allowed him to download the fighting techniques of the greatest fighters in the world. Prometheus's origin is the evil inverse of Batman's. His parents were criminals who made millions on a cross-country crime spree, but were killed by the cops. Prometheus swore vengeance and used his parents' ill-gotten gains to finance years of training, creating powerful weapons and technology. Prometheus didn't have any powers, but he was still able to defeat the Justice League with his technology and planning skills. Prometheus was defeated by Catwoman, who had pretended to be a reporter and hit him in the crotch with her whip. Prometheus took the Justice League out on his first try, coming up with plans that defeated the greatest heroes on Earth. Prometheus was later able to join Lex Luthor's Injustice Gang, wreaking havoc as Mageddon came to attack the universe. Someone like Prometheus is much too dangerous to just be thrown in jail. The Justice League doesn't kill, but they could have broken Prometheus's back. Anyone as crafty as him was definitely going to escape, and letting him get off as easily as they did was a huge mistake. 4. The Joker. The Joker has no superpowers, but is surprisingly strong and agile. He also has developed an immunity to most toxins. The Joker doesn't often fight the Justice League. Joker is Batman's greatest foe, which means that he's often recruited into the Legion of Doom and Justice League's secret society of supervillains. The Joker is a crafty foe, but there's pretty much no reason he should be fighting the Justice League, ever. Batman on his own can defeat the Joker in a fight, so someone like the Flash would make mincemeat out of him. The Joker's plans can be pretty hard to beat, but he's rarely in command of the battle when he fights against the Justice League. The Joker is the weakest link anytime he fights the Justice League. He usually gets brought into the fight by Lex Luthor, but there's no reason for him to be there. The Joker should get taken out first in every fight, but he always gets his hits in. For some reason, the Justice League seems to let Batman deal with the Joker when Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, or basically any superpowered member of the team could one-shot him. 3. Darkseid. Darkseid has godly super strength, invulnerability, super speed, super agility, the Omega Effect, eye blasts that track anyone anywhere, the Omega Sanction, similar to the Omega Effect, but throws people through time, and immortality. Darkseid has been a thorn in the Justice League's side for years. The God of Evil is known for his war against New Genesis, trying to find the anti-life equation, which would allow him to control the minds of anyone exposed to it. Darkseid has attacked the Earth multiple times, his physical powers making him a match for the entirety of the Justice League. Darkseid is exceedingly dangerous, but the Justice League has figured out a way to defeat him, one they can use every time. It all starts with radium. a substance that is radioactive to gods. This isn't enough to kill Darkseid, but it can destroy his physical form no matter where it hits him. At this point, Darkseid's spirit still exists, but Superman can whistle at a frequency that temporarily discorporates Darkseid. The Justice League can just do that to Darkseid every time he shows up, wait for him to come back, go to Apokolips, and do it again. It wouldn't be easy. Invading Apokolips is pretty difficult, but the Justice League could just ask the new gods for help. 2. The Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs has no superpowers but has trained his body to the height of human perfection. The Batman Who Laughs is infected with a Joker virus, taking away all of Batman's inhibitions and making the Batman Who Laughs extremely deadly. The Batman Who Laughs came from a reality in the Dark Multiverse where Batman killed the Joker. He was then infected with a Joker virus that turned him into a killer. The Batman Who Laughs is the most dangerous evil Batman, which is why it made no sense for the Justice League to imprison him under the Hall of Justice. The Batman Who Laughs was able to escape because Batman would have been able to as well. He then nearly became a cosmic scourge of the multiverse until he was defeated. None of this would have happened if the Justice League figured out a better place to hold him, or even went a little further than usual. The team wouldn't kill him, which would have been a surefire solution until someone resurrected him, but they could have paralyzed him or dropped him in the Phantom Zone, or had someone like Mr. Miracle create a cage for him. Superman could have rebuilt the Miracle Machine and created an inescapable prison for him. Instead, they took the easy way out, and it almost cost them everything. 1. Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor has no superpowers, but is generally considered the smartest person in the world. He's created powerful weapons and armor that allow him to go toe-to-toe with the most powerful superheroes. Lex Luthor hates Superman, but he also hates every other metahuman. Lex will work with villainous metahumans, but that's only as a means to an end, destroying the heroes of the world. Lex Luthor has changed a lot over the years, but his place as leader of the villain community has remained unchanged. Lex has created numerous supervillain teams to destroy the Justice League and has failed every time. However, because he's also extremely wealthy, nothing bad ever actually happens to him, and the Justice League just sort of allows this to happen. Lex always comes out of everything smelling like roses and gets back his money and corporation. The Justice League knows this, yet they always end up just letting it happen. Lex is a difficult foe to fight and a harder one to beat, but the Justice League has Batman and Lois Lane on their side. Between the two of them, not to mention the other super geniuses and government contacts the team has, the Justice League could motivate the public to call for Luthor to finally be truly taken to the cleaners, taking everything of value he has. So there you have it, 10 DC villains the Justice League might have been a little too easy on. While the League's commitment to justice is admirable, it sometimes leaves them vulnerable to repeat offenses from their enemies. It raises the question, is mercy always the right call, even when it comes to the most dangerous criminals? What do you think? Leave a comment below and let us know. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more comic book content. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.